You don't want to hold conversations that are boring or hard or confrontational or anything in between. You just don't want conversations that suck. That's fair, isn't it? Okay, hear me out. Conversations that suck are great. We should spend the whole day having them. Here's why. The internet theoretically gives us the possibility to get in touch with people pursuing the most different ways of life. But practically, the algorithms are oriented towards taking the biggest possible attention from us. So they do not present us anything but the content and opinions they have calculated for us to be the most appealing. And because we humans always search for validation, this is usually the content that gives us or our ideas the most appreciation. And not the content that gives us the chance to reflect our ideas. But the algorithms aren't the bad guys. The concept of self-validation isn't new. It wasn't invented in the era of technology. Our most basic social instincts tell us to go where we will feel good. To go and talk to those who share our opinions and appreciate them. Contrary, having to defend our opinions is actually quite hard. Hard, but crucial. Because it forces us to question our opinions. We need to come up with arguments. Often enough, it was at that point that I had to realize that I was on the wrong track. I had to find out that my opinions weren't backed by good arguments, but by empty convictions. It's quite common to shy away from the exercise of conversation. We all do it. However, on closer inspection, this doesn't make sense at all. Look, the same principle counts for every discipline. Let's take running as an example. Wanna be a great runner? What do? Think about setting one foot in front of the other? Well, no. Obviously, you're gonna run. And not only when you feel like it. You won't be hyped about every run. Not every run is gonna feel great, not even good. But you won't get anywhere if you only run when you feel like it. Same counts for conversation. You can only improve through doing it. You won't be hyped about every conversation, but you will learn from every single one. You'll get more confident, more spontaneous, and easy with every conversation you have. A wise friend of mine said, don't you have that feeling that somehow every person you talk to lays a different filter on your world? As if you would look through a different pair of glasses. Man, this was one of the truest statements I've ever heard. I suppose you watch this with the hope of learning something. To figure something out about yourself. Hate to break it to you, but the answer can't be found in one place. Not in one person. Not in one book or one video. What actually brings you forward is always the skill to combine all the different filters, all the different views that people lay upon you. Why encourage yourself to have conversations you normally wouldn't? Because there might be filters or let's call perspective hidden from you. Perspectives you don't know yet. Realizing which impact a conversation you have has on yourself. This is the real conversation. It's a conversation you have with yourself. Talking to other people enables you to better talk to yourself. Okay, this sounds good and everything, but why then don't we have these conversations? Well, because they suck. But what is actually meant by that? If something sucks, it means it's hard to do. The problem is, hard things are less fun to do than easy things. I'll give you 3 reasons why. Fear of failure is totally normal, because evolution simply used to work like that. If you ate the wrong fruit, you die. If you talk to the wrong person, you could end up in a fight and, I don't know, get kicked out of the tribe. But we've come further. We've been able to create security systems. We can simply afford more failures because we learn to moderate the consequences early on. Think modern where you can. See failure as a chance. Don't fear away from it. If you make friends with it, you win. Your self-esteem. Many people know what is right, but fear away from it because of lack of self-esteem. They make up excuses such as telling themselves they don't deserve it, telling themselves that people don't want to talk to them. They fear away from a conversation because they think they're not popular enough or not attractive enough. That's nonsense. You deserve every chance to increase your happiness and well-being. You deserve every conversation. Wow. Habits are really the most powerful tool in human behavior. Want to achieve anything? Make it a habit or fail. Want to stop everything? Eliminate the habit or fail. This goes for communication habits as well. If you have developed the habit of being content with a low effort and pleasant conversations, it will seem even harder to break out and go for these harder conversations with greater ulterior results. Life really isn't about avoiding problems. You won't get around having problems anyway. With every problem you solve, you create the foundation for at least one new one. The whole point is, we are not meant to ever be fully satisfied. Since we have the internalized need to always improve, we will forever find problems. Life really is about upgrading your problems. I want to encourage you to embrace any conversation. Break your habits. It doesn't matter if it sucks. Life's not meant to be pleasant at all times. If you like methods and hacks on how to master dealing with people, follow for more.